I'm recording. Hello everyone! Welcome back to Ace Prosecutor Zero. Let's continue this. Alright, last time we left off... Oops. God damn it. There we go. Alright, we're back to this. Alright, we're still stuck in this puzzle with the three people and be presenting some evidence or something that's apparently incriminating. If I suck as a defense attorney, I suck even more as a prosecutor. Because holy shit. What is up with these games? Why? This is supposed to be a tutorial. This is supposed to be the first case. This is supposed to be easy. Alright, this specific point. What the fuck is supposed to be the problem I'm supposed to be finding? Alright, so... this lipstick is supposed to be our defendant. This is supposed to be the guy. It's supposed to be the gun. Man. Should I go use a walkthrough? God damn it. Alright. Let's check on stuff.
Don't be an idiot, Wesley. If you look at the walkthrough, you're gonna be a dumbass. Nobody likes a dumbass, right?
I guess.
Not really.
Alright.
People love dumbass, right?
Autopsy. Let's try this. With this, can I present profiles? I can. Oh shit. No, I'm correct? Alright, I'm on the right track now. There we go, that wasn't that bad. You see, I was just sleepy and not thinking straight last episode. But now I'm wide awake. 9:24. 19:24 is the time right now. Anyway, there's something that leaves me somewhat perplexed, Your Honor. Naturally, I ask you this. What makes you perplexed? Before I answer, I'd like to recap what we know until now. The defense theorized the presence of a man due to the fingerprints left on the pistol. What makes these fingerprints so special, however? The fact that they're hard to identify. Now this shouldn't be considered a problem, since it was raining that night. Oh yeah, Toriu's here with me, by the way, don't mind that. He's here to do stuff. For comedy. Yep.
Why do you like lying so much, Becky?
Because lying is gay. And being gay is awesome. I don't know what I just said. Anyway, the problem is, just because of the rain, there is something that doesn't make sense. And what would it be? Simply put, the glass bottle. Oh, I should do something with the audio actually. Alright, sorry about the loud audio for a little while. There. That should be fine. Hopefully, the game is quiet enough for you guys, but loud enough that Toryu can still be heard in case he talks again. Simply put, the glass bottle. I think I already said that. I don't see any relation with what we're saying. Or is this seeing? Again, you gotta forgive the English of this game. It was made by an Italian man who does not know English all that well.
Wow, racist Rusty.
You see, the problem, or rather, the banal problem is the presence of fingerprints. Fingerprints? Exactly. You still don't see the point. The fingerprints belong to the defendant. I still don't see your point. What does this have to do with the murder weapon? Why weren't both pieces of evidence on the wet crime scene?
Crime.
Don't you find it odd that the bottle has recognizable fingerprints, whereas the pistol hasn't?
Fingerprints? What? Rusty?
Huh? What?
What did you say? Can you repeat that?
The glass bottle has fingerprints, while the pistol doesn't.
Okay. Got it. I think I
Yeah.
misheard you for a second there.
What did you think I was saying?
Don't worry about it.
Yes, I do. It's odd.
Objection!
Objection? Wow, I was close to fall for it. Have you forgotten it was raining during the crime? So according to her, I forgot this important detail. Please. Do you know why these two objects look doubtful then? Yes, Your Honor. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
I'm curious to know your argument, but first, a short summary. The prosecution states the singularity of a certain evidence with remarkable fingerprints. In fact, it was raining, so the fingerprints on the weapon are hard to recognize. Instead, the glass bottle has surprisingly recognizable fingerprints.
Fingerprints? There you go again, Rusty.
Can tell us why these two objects have these contradictions, despite the presence of the rain. Alright, let me save, because I'm on my last leg here.
Why do you keep saying foot fingerprints?
I don't know.
Tell them as in footprints then.
Wait, did I say that last time as well? Hold on.
Yes! I was like, why did Rusty say foot fingerprints? Why not just footprints?
Hold on. Bro, they're talking to me.
Your foot fingerprints are weird, Rusty.
Shit, this lag is horrible.
It's a fingerprint. That is a massive blow. And that's another dead guy on my team.
Yeah, I'm actually dealing with this lag. I'm just very confident in my writing skills that I'm... Except, you know, I did accidentally type playing as playing without the Y, but I couldn't see that mistake until the lag actually typed out what I was typing on my keyboard. Anyway, I'm not even sure if fucking recording can see it, but I'm saying it anyway. God damn it. Anyway, so what seems to be the problem here? Let me delete some previous save points that are useless now. Let me save again, just in case. Anyway, can you tell us why these two objects have this contradiction despite the presence of the rain? The bottle has been covered. There was a different crime scene. There was a rain interval. Different pistol. Alright. Different pistol might make sense, but that would be too convenient. We gotta still remember that he is still a hobo. A rain interval would just mean eventually both of them would have no fingerprints on them anyway, right? Different crime scene. Yeah, I'll go with the bottle has been covered.
The what?
In my opinion, the bottle has been covered by something in way to keep the fingerprints.
Objection!
What's the wow?
It can't be. Have you seen the crime scene? The bottle hasn't been found wrapped in an object. Okay, so I was wrong. Right, unless there was a third per- Disappointed my expectations with this answer. I really don't know what to say. Nah. Alright, well, there's only 4 options. I'm bound to get it right someday.
No, you're not.
Alright, let's go with the different pistol theory. There were 2 guns!
How did the hobo get 2 pistols?
Yeah, I doubt this is the correct answer either. I believe the pistol was different. Maybe someone replaced it. And tell me, who did it? The defendant, naturally. And where would he hide it? Well, that's a good question. You know, it's a shame you don't agree with the theory of a third party. In that case, both prosecution and defense would have agreed into something.
Objection!
No, I don't agree about this imaginary third person. Then I don't agree with your answer, prosecutor.
But how does he know it's imaginary?
God damn it. Alright.
Aren't theories possible until proven not?
Let's say it was a different crime scene. In my opinion, the real crime scene was somewhere else. So you're saying my client moved the victim with all the evidence? How so? Well, it's a possibility. I see no possibilities. This is the truth. I'm very disappointed, God damn it. Okay, so apparently the correct answer was the one that made the most sense, but I thought didn't. There was a rain interval. There's a way, and if we think about it, it's the only way. I don't think they moved from an indoor area, so there is no change of place or crime scene. And no one could have wrapped the glass bottle, since there is nothing like it on the crime scene. Thus, if after the crime no one altered the objects in the area, then this means only one thing. That is, after the murder, the rain must have stopped. After the murder? Why after?
Hi.
When the culprit was shot and killed, Mr. Stonson.
Oh shit. Yes, Rusty, the culprit was shit. Rusty, come on, man. You gotta pronounce your words better.
When the culprit caught and shilled. When the culprit shot and killed Mr. Stonson, they left the murder weapon in the crime scene.
The culprit shot and killed.
God damn it.
Bruh. reading it so fucking good.
I swear, it's
So
not my fault. It's the fact that this game was horribly translated. Yeah. By leaving it on the ground, the rain removed part of the fingerprints from the weapon. But why didn't this happen to the glass bottle if we found it on the ground too? To maintain those fingerprints, something must have happened after the crime. If it was wet like the murder weapon, then the fingerprints should be difficult to recognize. That's why the bottle has clear fingerprints while the pistol hasn't.
Objection!
Not bad as a theory, but I don't understand how this can be related to the third person.
The third person.
Glad you asked. Oh no, that face. Excuse me, defense. May I get close to your desk? But why? I have to explain something. It will take less than 2 minutes. Oh, it's that game again. Do you like it? Now, defense, I'm going to show you what's wrong with your theory. Now, let's pretend this straw is actually the murder weapon, pointing towards the victim. Let's also use something else to represent the glass bottle. Do you have a pen by any chance? I do, I think. Fantastic, thanks a lot. I'm going to use only the cap. You keep the rest. Now, according to what we know of the crime scene, the bottle was placed close to the defendant. So I'll put this pen cap here. This is so stupid.
Yeah. Like, in most cases, everything's alright.
Huh?
Hey,
You're cutting off. Everything is stupid? Everything is dumb when you're part of a team? Everything is stupid?
Everything is stupid.
Anyway, good. Everything is ready for the simulation of what happened according to the defense. Simulation? In this courtroom? Don't worry, Your Honor. I won't kill anyone. Ah, what a relief. Alright, are you ready?
Come on.
Huh?
If you're gonna prove something, at least do the minimum of killing someone, right?
No thanks.
Bruh.
I keep asking myself why I'm still helping you with this silly game with my lipstick. But maybe I don't want to know the answer anymore. Me too, man. Me too, girl. Me too. Everything will be clear after the simulation.
Of killing someone, right?
1 and 2 and...
1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1.
Bang. You squirted your breakfast, Zero! To prove a point, you're the best. What's wrong with you? I'm sorry, but it's important for the sake of the case. No, it's not. You could just pretend this would have happened, you know. But to be fair, I find these experiments original. You too, Your Honor? I'm more sorry for the prosecutor ruining his breakfast. Just for simulation is excessive. What the f- What about my desk? It's full wet of this stupid juice! This can be taken so out of context and I love it.
I know. I keep hearing it. And it
Oh, it's nothing, Your Honor. I can do breakfast the day after. The important thing is... The important thing is that you understand what happened according to the defense. This isn't according to the defense! Doesn't matter now. We just saw the moment the third man used the pistol. Poor Pawn. I order you to clean it when you... Poor Pawn. I order you to clean it when you're done with this when you're done with this experiment. Of course, Your Honor. I really need to do a proper thorough clean my laptop screen someday. Cool. Looks like we got our server. Now all that's left is to make an account. I'll go ask Journaled about it, but it's too laggy right now, so I'm just gonna wait until I'm finished recording. What about my desk? Now, let's go back to us. The third person just killed the victim, so now he will drop the weapon on the ground. Now, the gun's on the ground, and due to the rain, it will lose the fingerprints left. Let me guess, now you're going to spit in my desk, right?
Spit in my desk?
No.
Wow.
Not at all. He isn't that bad though, except that it's unhygienic. And everything else you've done so far isn't.
Kinky,
The
Rusty.
fucking shit you're doing to prove a point. Ahem. Initially, the defendant should have kept the bottle in his jacket. Which explains the amount of penis. What?
Huh? What did I do here?
God damn!
Is that you just missaying something, Rusty, or?
That was me, god damn it. Why? Why do I suck at reading? I meant prints! Oh, we found it out of his jacket, which means Mr. Necken must have extracted it. That doesn't make sense. The question is, what does it have to do with the third person? The fact he extracted it is highly important because this means only one thing.
One thing.
I don't know. He was still standing. It means he was still standing and wasn't yet falling from sleep. What? It's not possible. It is, thanks to this evidence. Let's give a look at the object again, shall we? First, it has the defendant's fingerprints, which means only the defendant touched it. Second, as you can see, the bottle is broken in half, and apparently it's because of a fall. Thus, this happened the moment he collapsed from his sleep. Oh, it makes sense. Yes, Your Honor. The defendant was still standing, just like this lipstick is now. And this means Mr. Necken lied to us. The victim never helped him to stand up, and this happened after the murder. Ugh. Good job, Prosecutor Zero. Thank you, Your Honor. Now, let me help you to clean up the desk. Your objects are clean too. For you the lipstick and for you the pod. Good job, Pear Juice. I knew you would have been useful. Yep, it was a box, cardboard box of pear juice, or is it pear? I don't know how you pronounce it. It's a fruit. P-E-A-R.
Pronounce it a pear, like P-E-A-R, pear.
Nice.
But I don't know why.
That foreign's... And what the foreign's takes weeks. They should hire us. So, Mr. Necken, could you explain what happened for real? Well, you see, Yeah, I'm still not... Yeah, nope, I'm still not fucking voice acting this hobo guy. You need a refresh. Let's talk. An example about all your lies. It's not because you're fuzzy. You made the lies on purpose. At the end of the crime, you were still standing. You can't hide this. You're the real culprit.
Objection!
Whoa, not so fast. Maybe you're right, he didn't fall on the ground immediately. But we don't know how he killed the victim. How can she be so calm despite my advantage? I imagine it's not going to be easy to beat her. I think it's clear the defendant could be the only culprit in this case. Is that so? Because I think not. Explain. Whatever you disproved doesn't indicate my client as the murderer. Yes, my client may have lied, but he did it to defend himself. A strange way to say he was trying to fake his alibi. Anyway, what I'm saying is that it's possible my client saw the real killer. Hold on, you're not wrong. He was standing up, so he could see this third person you mentioned. For reasoning of a defense attorney? I have an idea, however. You know what? You convinced me. Is Cosmo convinced you to make the defendant innocent? Not at all. She's right. He could have seen the culprit. So we have two possibilities. The first one is to consider the defendant guilty of the charges due to the obvious reasons. The second one is to consider that Mr. Necken has witnessed the crucial moment of the crime. In short, he might be a sudden, useless, and devalued key witness. Who is right? We'll find out with another last questioning. Consider this as a last chance for both of you. Show me the defendant didn't kill anyone. I find it a beautiful idea, Prosecutor. Miss Cosmo, are you ready?
Beautiful idea, Prosecutor.
I'm finding a better and better voice with this mustachioed judge at the moment. I hope he remains the permanent judge, because I don't want to find another voice for the judge, for a new judge. Your Honor, I'll show you who is right.
Who is right?
Direct examination, finale. Mr. Necken, I believe in you. You couldn't have killed Mr. Staunton. Oh, skunk! How no matter to kill? You're absolutely right. You don't have a motive. The prosecution said you killed him because the victim didn't want to help you with the treatment. Nonsense! It was my friend. I better have worse.
That voice though.
He's even harder to understand with the text sometimes. I imagine he's much the same in the Italian version. Anyway, this is unacceptable. You guys are just fucking talking amongst yourselves. Calm down now. We know you don't have a reason to kill him. You don't have to repeat. Wait, do you agree with the defense? Do you think he's innocent?
No, I don't.
Nope. I'm simply asking to continue with the questioning as procedure says. I must say, Mr. Necken is convincing me as key witness. I hope you're kidding. The defense just started the direct examination. You're right, Prosecutor. I shouldn't give my verdict if I don't know all the information. I'm sorry for my behavior. Wow, nice. No problem. Nice. I don't think it's right. You give a verdict now. Oh, the judge sure changes ideas instantly. And is very easily influenced by words. Can we continue, please? The prosecution doesn't believe you. Can you explain what happened? There's one thing I don't get. I'm a witness. A killer now. You're a defendant for now, but until the end, you're not considered guilty of charges. Ah, fantastic! Yes, fantastic. Now tell us what you saw. Okay, I had this normal chat with Ken when a guy suddenly packed up. You said popped up? May you specify? Could you describe this person? I'm sure he was male, with old and a black jacket. Did you see his face? No, cool, because on the rain. We're stuck in the order in my head. I have no idea what I just said. I have no idea what I just read either.
You don't need to have an idea. Rusty.
Alright, maybe we should question? You said it was pitch dark, yet you've seen the victim's jacket. To explain. Well, it's relative. I may have seen the jacket, but also not. That's not relative at all. Said you recognized his jacket. I'm mistaken. Stop asking questions during my questioning. Miss Cosmo's right. However, I must say the prosecution has a point. And for a point, I mean a point to get a penalty. Oh.
What did you say? Stop questioning in the questioning?
Hey, oops. Alright, let's just wait and see. I think there's nothing wrong happening here at all. So, this mysterious person killed the victim in blood cold. Is that right? Yes, exactly. No hesitation. You know how it happened? Sure. Now let's say this by the enemy in my left. Beware. I suppose he's talking to
Why do you
me.
sound like Waluigi?
I saw the killer strangling Ken. You must believe me. So it's true. The victim was strangled by the real killer. This mysterious third party. Yes, I see your point. Yes, I still remember that moment. Even if I was drunk. I was so worried for Ken. I'm really sad to live with a friend like him. There's no evidence that says he's the one that so fakate strangle. Good. I like this. I guess this is the Allegro version of questioning. Rather than the Moderato. Alright. I question this. One moment. I just said you don't remember anything because of the alcohol. Your Honor, the prosecution is trying to harass my client with these questions. No, but my question is legit, isn't it? I don't care if it is. Cosmo is right. However, the prosecution has a point as well. A penalty, that is. I'm pretty sure. Alright, so I was wrong. Let's just keep waiting. How worried were you for the victim in that moment? A lot! I tried to stop the criminal. I tried, but I wasn't an og. Earlier, Mr. Necken said he was sad for losing a friend like him. This means the defense is trying to avoid some questions. Wonder if... What happened next? Akala picked up the gun, killed the poor kid. Oh, I see. What's the matter, Mr. Cosmo? No, it's just, we're in this court, yet we never think how cruel was that moment. I've never seen a fake expression like this in my life. Understandable. I like your compassion. Anyway, after killing him, I dropped the gun and ran away from me. Oh, he, not I. Oh, just like a thief. But instead of stealing objects, he stole the life of a poor innocent. So poetic. Almost poetic. I got this. I beg your pardon? I got what I left me alive. So the evidence could prove I am the guilty one. Makes sense, right?
No, it doesn't. Why would that make sense?
Framing. You know, it's a common thing that happens, but I question it all the same as well. But how can you be so sure? For example, which evidence incriminates you unfairly? Well, how many pieces of evidence do you have? Not a lot, I'd say.
Objection!
The gun and the bottle. The gun doesn't even have your fingerprints. Could you be quiet and listen to my questioning? Alright, I'm guessing I did wrong.
Buttoreno.
Yep, I was wrong. Alright, Alright, I guess we just keep waiting. Did you hear, Your Honor? The true culprit made us think the defendant was guilty. Do you have an explanation of when the defendant tried to make a fake alibi? After all, it's only thanks to the prosecutor if we found out he was still standing after the murder. What changes if he was standing or not? In the end, my client was a victim, just like Mr. Staunton. And if he was a victim, then he can't be the culprit. The defendant is right, that he's the key witness we needed for this trial. Exactly. Even with alcohol, my client was able to give us important information of the crime. That is true. Mr. Atkin did a good job during the questioning. Okay, I definitely waited for too long. Why am I so stupid? Okay, so waiting was the wrong answer as well. Do I say it's an unacceptable? I don't think there's any evidence I can point to this being wrong. So I guess unacceptable condition is the correct choice. What's the difference between those two anyway? I keep forgetting.
There is none. Except for that.
Enact words, chance defense's reaction. I really don't get it. Your Honor, don't listen to him. He's using reverse psychology to make us think the opposite. Oh, really?
Objection!
What if the prosecutor's using reverse psychology instead? Oh, really? I guess... Okay, I'm wrong. There is evidence. Since the trial started, the defendant changes his testimony. First, he was under effects of alcohol, and he was justified for not remembering what happened. Now we come to find out that the defendant is not only a victim, but also a witness. Tell me, where's Mr. Necken's coherence? 'Cause I can't see it. He's not wrong. The truth doesn't come out immediately. It's like with divers. To go up to the surface, you need a plenty of time, and we still haven't reached that point. Interesting example. Prosecutor Zero, if you don't have a better example as rebuttal, I suggest you to wait for your turn. You have your cross-examination for that. Okay, it didn't work enough, but I was close. This means I must do something. Ah, so I was wrong. Or was I right? I didn't get a penalty. I didn't get a game over. Should I say? Was I correct?
You were never correct to begin with, Lefty.
Take that!
Mr. Necken, look at the murder weapon left by the culprit. Do you see your fingerprints? Well, no. And why should this evidence convict you as a criminal if it doesn't have your fingerprints? Well, how am I supposed to know? I'm not a detective. The best thing I had in mind. This weapon would indict you if the fingerprints belong to you. You recognize them? Not at all. That doesn't know me, you dummy ninny. I think I have explained some minutes ago that you're the only one who could have used that gun.
Objection!
But I just showed he's not a criminal, as you say. My client was quietly talking with the victim. The real culprit killed Mr. Stonson. Plus, he doesn't have a valid motive. You said it like if you don't agree with the motive I suggested earlier. In fact, you suggested it's not a fact, but just a theory. The theories are convincing and based on evidence, and they become facts. I think I showed that the defendant's illness is a plausible motive. I continue to have doubts on the defendant. I find unbelievably strange he was still standing after the murder, so I doubted his innocence. However, introducing the third person might explain why the defendant didn't run away.
Objection!
The defense introduced an imaginary third person, just to confuse us. There is no evidence of this mysterious figure on the crime scene, in fact. How long have I been recording?
Objection!
Bruh, everyone, the game's just going back and forth without my input now. Did you forget my evidence? The murder weapon doesn't have recognizable foot fingerprints. Foot fingerprints? La 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 la! Why do I keep that there?
Objection!
I don't know.
I'm afraid your statement isn't exactly right. Fingerprints are difficult to recognize, but they may be related to the defendant. Considering the truth about what he did after the murder, it's more plausible he's the murderer. Do you agree with me, Your Honor? I'll leave my judgment for later. Your Honor, I think the defendant explained well why he isn't the culprit. I have no more questions. Thank you for your questioning, Miss Cosmo. There's a lot to think about. Prosecutor, let's start your cross-examination as established. Yes, Your Honor. Alright, here we go. This is it. The final cross-examination. It's like the woman in suit said, I didn't feel bad in that moment. I said a lie because I knew you would have accused me, but I swear I'm not guilty. I was just talking with Ken when a guy strangled him without any warnings. It was male with a hood. I couldn't see his face, it was still raining. I tried to stab him, but it he hit me enough to hurt me arms. The killer picked up the gun and killed Ken, poor Ken. You know why he didn't kill me? Because you can now say I am the killer. It disdainfully ran away and left the gun. I was so tired that I slept in shared time. Good job, Mr. Nacken. You may start with your cross-examination now, prosecutor. Thanks to the defense's questioning, we have more information about the crime. This will make my cross-examination easier to find weak points. Alright. Time to show that you're a killer, Mr. Nacken. Nack the victim real good. You could say Kenny Stonson got stoned. I don't know. Let's just do the cross-examination. I got this. We got this. Do you know lying is a crime? So, no one cares what I do. Brr. Now that I'm in court, I'm important. Great job for treating me like a normal person then. We all cheat, we all say lie. This is how our world goes. We can't do anything for it. That's right, it would be difficult to believe someone who tends to lie frequently. Mr. Necken, regardless of your verdict, we can't accept your behavior in this courtroom. How can I say the truth if I can't accept how I am? If you knew it, then this means you premeditated the murder. No, you got it all wrong. Let me explain. I had to say that lie because I know you would have used the gun against me. That's my point. In the end, you hid the truth, which only made the situation worse for you. Lies beget more lies. It was a lie for the greater good. I bet you would have done the same. That's why I stopped saying lies. You trust me? Nope. That's good. Now listen carefully what I have to say. This conversation is leading nowhere. You're saying that while you were talking with the victim, you didn't see anyone approaching. Exactly. We both were focused on the conversation, so I didn't ask anything unusual. Said this person popped up. You didn't expect this person would have strangled the victim. I think. Mr. Necken, you're one step closer from being declared guilty. You are a witness, try to collaborate. Listen, it's not like people kill without a reason. Or am I wrong? This person really existed, and they must have a reason for killing the victim. That's why I want to help you, I swear it. When I saw him, I noticed something. I see. Explain then. What makes you so sure that this person was a male? To be honest, I noticed from his hands. From his hands. I don't get it. Can you explain? Women tend to have slender fingers, while men with the flesh and the bones. Wasn't it flesh and bone? As a can be tossed with 2 hands. I'm sure these hands belong to a man. As usual, it's only based on your suppositions. Hey, wait a moment, I know what I saw. Women don't kill men in this way. You didn't see anything at all. In reality, you're just mocking us.
Objection!
The prosecution should stop pointing his finger without evidence. Let's not forget my client is also a witness. He saw the real crime. We have to take seriously the defendant's situation. Everything depends on this. I don't think you want to end this case with a wrong verdict at the first day of work. That's why it's important to show evidence, prosecutor. And make sure to find it. It's a very long testimony. Did you feel pain if I touch your arms? Yes, well don't do it. I can bite, you know. How did you try to stop him? I think I tried to push him, but there was no point in the end. How so? My client doesn't feel good physically, so it would have been hard to successfully push him. We also consider he was under alcohol effects. I don't think he could do anything useful. Yes, it's possible he couldn't do anything to stop this third person during the crime. But that third person doesn't exist.
How are you sure it doesn't exist?
Because I'm the best. How did you prove
Because it's a lie made by the Illuminati. Yeah, let's go with that.
Objection!
Don't you read the
It's
autopsy
all-
report? But I want to know what he knows.
Oh,
He could give us more information. For what I know, I picked up the gun and killed Ken from behind. Bam and bang! Sure, bam and bang. Do you see anything else other than this? Yeah, got the gun! And the claw, living me alive. And I did it just for a motive. But as I said before, it's impossible to identify your fingerprints on this weapon. It's impossible because the killer knew how to remove them with the rain, right? So you're saying the culprit voluntarily left the weapon with his fingerprint on the crime scene because he knew the rain would have removed them. Yes, bravo!
Objection!
Don't say nonsense. The pistol belongs to you. Only you could have done it. You couldn't clean off your weapon. The brain did it for you. Did he collapse after the murder? So he's lying to us.
Objection!
My client is only trying to defend himself from that annoying prosecutor.
Objection!
Jesus, objections everywhere. The defendant is only inventing random words to confuse us, and the defense is covering it. I'm simply doing my job here. While you should stop shouting random accusations. I'm with Whitney on this one. Zero's very aggressive. I demand order in court! Miss Cosmo, it's the prosecutor's cross-examination. Please don't do anything if it's not necessary. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Sorry for her, but the case has a simple crime scene and I only see one possible culprit. Just to recap, the culprit killed Mr. Staunton. And what happened? You slept without noticing, right? You must have dropped the bottle you had in hands. You know why you collapsed? I don't know, I think maybe because I was drunk as and decided housing. Oh, what? Wait, no, I don't want to know. So, can you confirm you slept because of the alcohol? I mean, it could be, but I don't know. What do you mean for could be? Don't you remember being drunk? Isn't it tell you just simple and clear? I don't know. How do I know if I was drunk if I was drunk? Huh?
Not even English.
Nope. It's hobo. Okay, I got it. You don't know anything. This guy is drying up my energy. The defendant just says what he wants to say, and the defense is helping him. Pressing him is useless. We need to find something. I have something in mind. There must be a mistake he did among all his statements. I can compare what he said with the evidence, but I can use little details against him. To find this, I could also show once and for all Mr. Nakin's real role in this case. As the killer. No, accused me. You guys strangled them. Male with a hood. Can't see his face. Still raining. Tried to stop. Hit me enough to hurt my arms. Killer picked up the gun and killed Ken or Ken. Shit, man, I don't know. I can't find any contradictions, but I am a fool. A foolishly foolish fool, fooling us with his foolish conjectures, to fool us into thinking that we are the fools. Yeah, I don't know how I can do this.
Objection!
I am very wrong. Man, I don't know.
Objection!
Hmm.
Objection!
Damn, that wasn't it. I thought I was onto something with that one. With the fingerprints and stuff.
Objection!
Booba. Ibidi booba da boo boo. Somebody be the boo boo. She been now was reminiscence.
Ah, yes, random guilty theft.
I don't know what to do. And different ones.
Objection!
Am I brute forcing this? Is that what we're doing now?
Objection!
Wait, I think I already did that.
Objection!
Yarg! Chris, where the hell are we?
Objection! Objection!
Yarg! I don't get it. No, just out of curiosity. The creator of the game made a walkthrough for their own game. How nice of them. It would be a shame if no one checked it out, right?
But
Come on, we're almost done with the case. Just let me have this. And so that we can finish this video with a finished episode, so we can start next episode with a new episode. Killer or witness. Choose crime summary. Killer picked up gun and killed Ken. Poor Ken. Crimes. Thank you God, bad boo boo.
Objection!
Whatever, let's just get this over with. Let me have my victory music. But of course, if it wasn't for this pistol, the defense wouldn't have created this third person. The fingerprints are currently unknown. Maybe I found a good contradiction. Mr. Necken, what you just said is new for me. What's wrong, prosecutor? The defendant said the following. The killer picked up the gun. Your Honor, don't you think it's strange to use the verb to pick up in this context? Context? What context? In the detective's testimony, he wrote the defendant, or the culprit, took the gun, but not picked up the gun. What's the difference? The difference stands on the meaning. Your Honor, tell me, what is the best example of a sentence with a verb to pick up? Seriously doing grammar now to prove our points? I'm not good with this, but I picked up my pen, and I would imagine the pen is on the ground. Exactly, Your Honor. The defendant used this verb, and that means the culprit picked up the weapon from the ground.
Objection!
What a good joke. What's the real difference? Yours is just a useless detail. To tell the truth, this will lead us to an interesting twist. For example, how did the culprit know the pistol was on the ground? He saw it while approaching to the crime scene. I have some doubts about that. It was pitch dark, and it was raining. Even Mr. Necken has struggled to identify the real culprit. Anyways, I think of something else. pistol was found on the ground and the culprit picked it up. It means the pistol doesn't belong to the third person. This means the murder weapon was already on the crime scene. That's my point, Your Honor. The murder weapon's owner isn't this person. Who has dropped it? Oh, you're right. Just take note of what the defendant said in his testimony. Updated! This shit isn't done yet! Yeah. It's time for your verdict, don't you think? If we're waiting for the detective, it's clear how it will end. No, it's not over yet. You can't finish the trial in this way. How should it end, then? Let us remember that my client has the habit to say random words. It's possible he just said the wrong word, like picked up. Also, he's a confused person. He had to repeat the question several times, do you remember? Actually, I don't agree with this anymore. What? It's clear Mr. Necken doesn't fully understand what we say. Would have said the same thing at the beginning of the trial. He seemed to have a short memory. But when things got serious, his attitude changed. Ironic, this change of attitude made him a clear liar. A killer who plays innocent to save himself. Typical. But do you know what's interesting? That you made us believe the defendant was a witness. You're accusing Miss Cosmo? Who else, after all? She was the one who introduced the third-person theory. She was the one who said the defendant actually witnessed the murder, like an innocent man. But it's true. He simply can't remember anything. He may deceive the judge, but not me. Mr. Necken may be the dumbest person in the world, but he still killed that person. And this is why the prosecution asked the court to end the trial with a verdict. Did I do it? Did I win? "5 minutes! In these 5 minutes, I've been thinking of the information we collected so far. Let me make a save. Please tell me I won already. But before I declare my verdict, I want to wait for Detective Pascal. Of course, Your Honor. The trial itself depends on what he's going to show us. It shouldn't take long. Pardon the time. Better late than never, they say. This analysis will confirm my theory. The trial will end now. You have the evidence. Yeah, so let's start with the analysis, okay? Thank you, Detective. A pathology about excess of alcohol. Wernicke-Korsakoff. I heard about the syndrome once. Syndrome, so Mr. Necken has something for real. But, did you make out yet about that part of the document? How come I haven't received this earlier? He's just shrugging. You know, whose fault? Whose is the fault? Huh? I don't know how to correct that wrong grammar. The person who didn't want to help us for the analysis. Huh? Detective, what's going on? Did something happen? According to the defendant's analysis, there were no traces of alcohol in his blood. I see. Well, I see no problem. I think I do. That would explain why the defendant seemed to remember something during the trial. But that's not the problem. There's more. Of course. That wouldn't explain why he slept on the crime scene. Oh? If it's not for alcohol, then for what exactly? It's written here in this document. Apparently inside the body, there's a certain amount of morphine. Interesting. Morphine? This is new. Injected even in a small doses, it'd fall on the ground in a few seconds. Wait, it can't be! Ho ho, it sure is. So someone must have injected this analgesic in his body. You have any idea who would inject such medication on the crime scene? Fuck this shit! This first trial, whatever it is, will be concluded on the next episode. For now, I'm done. What? First it was Apollo Justice that does this to me, and now this game's doing it too. Cease.